Hello, my name is Joey. I'm currently a senior in high school and have 3 months left before I graduate. It's currently 8:30 p.m. on a Friday night, and I'm here at the gym. It's dark, it's a bit moist, there was just a huge storm, and I have a message about today. You see, a rainbow only appears after a storm. In fact, there was a rainbow today. I'm going to put it on the screen right here. And after this crazy storm with rain, thunder, lightning, a rainbow appeared. The sun shined. And for a moment, life was perfect. You see, there's a message with the storm and a rainbow. It's not just a coincidence. It's not something that just happens scientifically. It goes way more into life, guys. We all go through moments, hard work, dark times, failure, doubt. But eventually, there will be light. Eventually, a rainbow will appear. All of the hard work that you've been putting into your business day out, for months to years on end, to eventually having a profitable year. To the countless time, hours, blood, sweat, and tears that you put into the gym, eventually you will have your dream physique. Because the rainbow, guys, doesn't just symbolize colors, it symbolizes success. And we are all going through our own storm. We are all crafting our own, going through one. But eventually, a rainbow will appear. As an 18-year-old who's starting a business, becoming an entrepreneur, social media, bodybuilding, and trying to create the most out of my life, these days are so important and sacred to me. And they're not easy. Staying up to almost 12 a.m. on weekdays, getting up early, putting in the work day in and day out, maintaining grades, growing my business, trying to stay well, and trying to stay lean. Oh my God, if I could talk, bro. Trying to improve my physique, right? I'm trying to bulk up right now, so not trying to stay lean. Got messed up on my own words right there. But I'm gonna keep this in the video, guys, because I wanna show you that I'm human and I make mistakes when talking. But it was such a beautiful reminder. Like, honestly, I needed this today. And I needed to hear my own message. Because that rainbow, for a brief few minutes, lit up the sky. And it was the most beautifulest thing I've ever seen. Because rainbows don't happen every day. They don't happen every month. They're such a blessing from above to see something that God created for a brief period of time. Now, why does this matter, Joey? Why does this matter? Because it proves one thing. After every storm, there's a rainbow. It's beautiful. Now we're here at the gym, 8:30, Friday night. Locking in as always. And today's a back day, so I'm really excited. I'm mentally ready for this. I've had so many meals today. Chipotle. Just had a dinner, lunch, breakfast, and then I go home and have to have a shake. So it's been a hot minute of food, but I'm so blessed and so grateful, man, on how strong and powerful I am to go into the gym, right? To have these nights, because I know one day I'll never have this opportunity again. One day I'll never be a young adult and wondering, man, or wishing that I could go back to the gym one more fucking time. So instead of skipping tonight and saying it's too late, I'm gonna head into my most favorite place on the planet and go ahead and lift some heavy ass weight. Let's go. All right, so we're starting this lift off with lat pull downs. Now I'm going kind of heavy on the overall workout itself. So we're doing, I believe, 2 plates here, which is a big hypertrophy for me on where I've been just a few months ago. Really trying to focus on the form, but again, pushing myself to a difficulty. Going for the lower rep range as, are going up in weight. That is the compensation that's going to happen. I believe we go for 6 reps here, and I'm going single armed, by the way, to really get the isolation and breathe a lot better. And you know what? I am giving this such a big compliment. This has been one of the biggest contributors, I believe, to my back development and my overall ability to do wide grip pull-ups, because for the longest time, I was struggling to do any type of pull-up possible. But after mastering this movement, going heavier and heavier on it and focusing on the form, I've never been able to do more pull-ups in my life and have them be actually good flipping pull-ups and nothing BS. So that's super, super cool, and I believe this has been such a good development in the upper back here. Next up, we have a traps movement. I guess this is pretty self-explanatory. It is just shrugs to go ahead and develop that wider neck area and make the back look a little bit more aesthetic. And then we hop into a low row machine. Again, trying to go more and more heavy. So what seems to be happening and working for me is every workout, I either try to increase 2 to 3 reps or add on weight. That is what I'm trying to do every single workout. Now, there might be some times, right, where I can't go for any more reps, and that just tends to be a bit unfortunate, so I have to train a little bit harder, or I add on some weight and I go for the exact same amount of reps that I went for last time, and that is definitely some growth around the board. So single armed, guys, I'm telling you, single armed movements, if you can master them, help so much. And my past fitness journey, I believe it helps focus on certain muscle groups that tend to be neglected on one side than the other if you just have both do the work, if that makes sense. And then to go ahead and end off the workout, we're doing some pull-ups. Now, keep in mind, I just went to a whole back workout, so my pull-ups might not be as crazy as they were in the beginning, or at least when I did them for warm-ups, but we're still able to crank out a few, and I'm so proud of myself because I never really had this form and agility to go ahead and do these amount of reps in the first place. So this is a huge milestone to me, and I give a lot of my thanks to the T-bar row in general. So now oh my god, if I could talk. Now as this is done, let's go ahead and move on to the pump. So current update, weighing in at 151 and hopefully pushing to 153 to 154 by the end of March. So it's happening. It's 10:30 p.m. on a Friday night, and I just finished up a gym session. And the question I'm about to ask you, I want you to answer it honestly. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? You want that $1 million business? You want that dream physique? Or are you willing to sacrifice, guys, the weekend nights, the early mornings to make that shit happen? Because if you keep saying I'm going to make it happen but don't do nothing about it, then it's not going to happen. You're going to have to put in the work and stop making those fucking excuses, man, because those are going to get you nowhere in life. So put in the work, start making sacrifices, and remember, how bad do you want it?